So with that, I'll just give a very quick 2-minute summary of the Cloud Foundry meetup group and what we have done so far this year. So when we, especially when I got involved, if you see that screenshot, the meetup group was apparently at around 200 something members. Now it's 600 plus. So we have grown and added around 400 members in this meetup group itself. There is another meetup group I formed around IBM Bluemix, which again has 200 plus members. So growth of around 600 community members so far, which is huge for meetup. I think most of us are aware about Cloud Foundry. I'll skip this chart. Basically just talks about the strength of the community. We have more than 700,000 lines of code have been contributed. More than 1,200 folks working on it from across 44 companies. The platinum sponsors are mentioned here. Now, some of the topics we covered as we went through the meetup calendar this year, around 9 meetups, I think at the last count we conducted this year, around 800 to 900 RSVPs. Some of the popular ones have been definitely centered around the community. For example, optimizing Cloud Foundry and OpenStack for large-scale deployments. There was one which we ran around Cloud Foundry and Diago, and what role Diago is going to play in the future of Cloud Foundry. It was a great hit, a lot of good feedback from the community. And then consequently, another one which we ran around when we introduced Bluemix, did a deep dive into it. That also got a huge response from the community. Some great feedback I got. In fact, after some of the meetups, there were some folks from the local universities here who actually walked up and they wanted to introduce some of the Cloud Foundry and Bluemix courses into their curriculum. So a lot of good feedback from the community. I got emails from as far as London because a couple of these meetups we actually live stream. So a lot of folks actually watched online as well. Now, if you see some of the stats on this particular page, the slide shares which we actually posted as part of the content we delivered through these meetup groups, they have reached 40,000 views. And from all across the globe, and companies like definitely folks here from IBM, HP, Pivotal, Red Hat, Oracle, all of them actually viewing and downloading. And it has been tweeted around 6,000 times, with the reach being around 1.2 million. So great, I think what we have learned and what I have learned as part of the year is that don't look at these meetups as isolated events. There is a great opportunity, there is a great audience which is actually looking for these contents online. And that also speaks, I mean, the last meetup we had where we actually talked about Internet of Things. Within 24 hours of posting that slide, I got this mail from SlideShare folks that of all the slides on SlideShare at that particular point of time, that's being talked on Twitter the most. So that was the third time I got that email for the meetup content. If you see, there are 3 of our meetup slides, the 3 of the meetup topics which we posted, they actually made it to the hot on Twitter and to SlideShare homepage. So that's great. And in general, not only our meetup, but the growth in the Cloud Foundry meetups has been good this year. Prior to 2014, there were around 5 meetups. Now we have around 35 meetups. Joanne, who is part of IBM team, she actually collected that stat for us. And she has been very active in terms of spawning all these Cloud Foundry meetups worldwide. So that's a huge growth. I mean, from 5 to 35, it's significant number of meetup groups we have formed. And just to leave, it's not only around the meetups. If you just see the growth in the community with respect to the folks who are subscribing to the Cloud Foundry development mailing group or to the Bosch development mailing group, from 350 going up to 1350, or for example for Bosch going from 150 to 500. All these facts are showing that there is like 300 to 400 to 500% increase throughout all the spectrums of Cloud Foundry, be it the meetups, be it the online content, be it the development mailing list. So there is a great future ahead. And taking that on that forward, I'll transfer it today.